So my friends and I, we have this pact. It's kind of an understanding of sorts. We call each other our ride or dies. And basically what that means is that we are either going to ride together no matter what. If we don't ride, we die. Well, not actually die, but you ride with your friend or you both fail together. A little less dramatic that way. These kids over in Jerusalem, they're the ones that make this up. But I'll give you an example. My one friend, Simon, one day he crashes his fruit truck right into a chariot. I mean, the wheel is all busted up, and it's going to cost him about a month's salary to pay the thing off. So what do? Well, my friends and I, we started a GoFundMe page, and we helped raise the money for it. You see, ride or die. This other time, we were helping our friend Abraham put a bunch of dinner tables together. See, Abraham was a carpenter, and carpenters get a lot of orders for deluxe dinner tables. Well, Passover was coming up, and for some reason, everybody and their mother needed a dinner table this year. This man had to crank out 12 tables in less than a week's time. So we camped out outside of his workshop. We made it happen. Ride or die. And even I was there to help. You wouldn't know this by looking at me today, but I used to be paralyzed. Most of my life, actually, for a really long time. But it didn't matter that I was paralyzed. I could still help out. We were sitting there making those tables, and I would whittle the dowels, sand the tables down. It was an amazing time. There was another carpenter in the area that we had heard of. You've probably heard of him too. His name is Jesus. And I had heard of Jesus coming from Galilee and performing all these miracles and healing people and casting out demons. I mean, it sounded pretty hard to believe. But my heart wanted it to be true. I needed it to be true because, well, my situation. I thought if I could meet this man, and if everything they were saying about him was true, well, then maybe I would be healed and be able to walk. So one day, our friend Ira comes in, and he's screaming and yelling, and he's excited about something. So we asked him, what's going on? He said, Jesus is in Capernaum. He's in a house nearby doing some preaching. And we all got excited. We were jumping up and down, and well, they were jumping up and down. But I was jumping on the inside because we all knew that this was my chance to be healed, my chance to be able to walk, to know what it felt like to run, to no longer be humiliated or embarrassed or have your friends have to carry you or wheel you around places. So we grabbed our bags and we headed out to Capernaum. We traveled about a couple of miles where Jesus was preaching. And it was terrible. There was maybe hundreds of people gathered outside of this house, maybe even 1,000. The number didn't matter. What mattered was that there was no way I was getting in through that crowd to see Jesus, to be healed. And I mean, this place was so flooded that there were people standing outside of the house looking in. And Jesus, he preached the word anyway. So I looked at my friends. I said, all right, guys, well, this was a good idea. This was nice. Maybe next time we'll go to see Jesus. And that's when Simon turned to me. He said, oh, no. We are ride or die. So they scared me with this one, guys, because they start picking me up and they put me down on this mat. And I'm mortified the entire time. What are you guys doing? I yelled. And Ira, that's when he said, if we can't get you through this crowd, we're going to get you over this crowd. I said, no, you're not. No, you're not. How embarrassing would that be for me to be catapulted over the crowd and land at Jesus' feet? But my friends, they had an even better idea. So they climbed to the top of the house. When we ran around back and climbed to the top of the house, and they're grunting and sweating and hoisting me up on this mat to the top of this house. And the sun did not help. It was hot. But that didn't stop my friends. So we reach the top of this house, and I'm thinking, is there a skylight, a door with a latch, maybe a window I can go through? Oh, no. No, my friends, they start tearing at the roof. And they create this hole right above Jesus, and they lower me down right at his feet. And Jesus, he saw their faith, and he looked at me, and he said, "Son, your sins are forgiven. Now get up, pick up your mat, and go home." And so I did what he said. I got up. Did you hear what I said? I got up. I walked out of there with my mat in front of everybody. And everyone was so amazed, and they praised God, and they said, "We've never seen anything like this." Neither had I. What a man Jesus is to put your faith in. I would have never have doubted the man that he was or what he could do. And to be able to walk, I mean, it's great. It's amazing, actually. But the first thing that he said to me was that my sins were forgiven. And I realized that day that it meant so much more for me, the condition of my heart and my soul, than it was the ability to use my legs. For what does it profit a man to gain the ability to walk, but lose his soul?